My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video. What's going on, my brothers and sisters? This is another Better Late Than Never series installment where I review games that I never got around to playing when they came out, or older titles that came out years ago that I'm playing now currently, especially when it's dry out here in these gaming streets. Reviews of older titles, or games from a year or two ago that I'm playing now that I just recently beat. As you see today, today we are doing Hades. Before I played this game, I was hearing a lot of whisperings, a lot of talk about this game, especially last year during the Game Awards, where this game was like in almost every single section. I'm like, bro, what is this game? This year, after I beat Returnal, actually, and because that was my first like roguelike game that I played, I didn't really have nothing else to go off of. Some of my viewers was recommending me Hades, and they was like, hey, you might like this game more. This is another roguelike experience that, is like Returnal, but in a lot of ways is much more different, and it's kind of more easy to get into. So I was like, yeah, maybe one day, maybe. So few months passed, and I think I bought Hades on a Steam sale. Actually, it was on sale on Steam. I'm like, you know what, let me buy this game now, and then based on what games we got to play, if it gets dry again, I'll play this game. Of course, it got dry again, so I started playing this. So in Hades, you play as a character named Zagreus. He is the son of Hades himself, as he seeks to escape the shackles of his father and leave the wretched underworld realm that he lives in. You eventually find out that Zagreus is seeking his biological mother, and he wants to know more about himself. So that's kind of the main motivation behind him of wanting to escape his father. He's trying to find out about his past. As you're going through the game, you meet a lot of Olympians and gods that try to aid you through your journey to escape the underworld. The story and the characters in this game are really engaging. You are into what is going on. You are into the dialogue. I kind of compare it to something, well, really the only thing I have to go off of is God of War, because before God of War, growing up, I mean, I was never that interested in like learning about Greek mythology and all that different stuff. So God of War is one of those first games I was like, oh snap, this junk is raw. And Hades is another one of those games where like I was really into the story and like learning about the Olympians and the gods and the story and stuff. I loved it, man. Great story, great characters, awesome voice act. I love the voice acting in this game. Spectacular OST. You guys know how much I appreciate good music in video games. Great fast-paced action, yet with simple controls. This is not a hard game to play. It's really not. It's like square attacks, triangles like your strong attack, dodge with, X, whatever. It's not a hard game to get a grasp of, while all at the same time being difficult. Now, is this game as difficult? Because again, Returnal was my first roguelike type game. In my opinion, is this game as difficult as... I don't even necessarily think Returnal was difficult. I don't even necessarily think Returnal was difficult. In my opinion, is Hades as difficult and as punishing as Returnal is? In my opinion, no. Returnal is way more punishing. Returnal is way more difficult at times. Hades is not as long as Returnal, nor is it as punishing, in my opinion. Now, yeah, at times it is difficult, and sometimes you gotta go back and see what you did wrong and then try to tackle it in a different way. But I feel like Returnal was way more like mean about it. Hades, in that regard, I feel like was a better experience as a roguelike game as opposed to Returnal. They're both great games in their own unique way, but as far as what game felt more fun like all the way throughout, and I was more engaged from start to finish, I have to give it to Hades. I love the ability system that they have in this game. I think they call them boons, or perks and powers that you can choose to equip to yourself to get throughout the game. There's so many different ways to go about it. You have a whole bunch of abilities provided by Zeus, Poseidon, Hermes, Aphrodite, Ares, the list goes on, sucker. And again, as you're playing through the game and you're meeting all of these different Olympians and gods, you get to choose who you want to kind of take on their power and aid you through the game. You might rock with Zeus and his little boons a little bit more than you would Ares or Aphrodite. Well, Aphrodite was kind of trash in this game. Well, I mean a lot of her stuff was kind of, it wasn't bad, but there was other people that you would choose before you chose Aphrodite, because their moves and boons and abilities were just better. So for me personally, I was rocking a lot more with Ares in this game, some Zeus, some what was that man that had the hangover effect? Dionysus or something like that. I was rocking with that guy a lot, because his effect was once you hit someone, it left like a hang. It was kind of like a poison effect. So once you would hit someone, like the poison would still damage them while you're trying to fight off other people. So again, while you're playing throughout this game and meeting all of these different Olympians and gods, it doesn't mean you have to side with them. You get to choose which path you go on in this game, and there's so many different loadouts and ways you can tackle this game. I feel like that's what makes the game so fun and unique and just a blast to play. All in all, bruh, this game is phenomenal. I have no idea how I did not play it, especially because last year, it's not like we had a whole bunch of hitters last year. This might be one of the best games I have played recently. I am giving Hades a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason I ain't giving this junk a 10 is because I feel like this junk should be longer. Like, and it's not even the fact that the game was short, because I'm not taking off the 0.5 because the game was short. I'm taking off the 0.5 because I wish the game had more worlds in it. There's only, I think, 3 worlds. You got the first world, and then you have the second one. Yeah, there's only 4 worlds into this game that you have to go through, and after that, the game is over. So I feel like if it had maybe like 6 even, like, and just more boss fights and stuff, this jump will be a perfect 10 in my opinion. This game is phenomenal. Now, I just recently beat this game, so once you beat the game, you kind of you get this item at the end of the game, and then you can upgrade your weapon, and then you can play the game again. And then Hades has like this, I guess, checklist of like, conditions of things you have to do that I guess adds to the challenge of the game. I didn't go through that part yet. I just beat the game like a day ago. So maybe, I don't know, once you go into this new game plus, maybe they did add new bosses or a new world. But to my knowledge right now, I beat the game and there's only 4 worlds and there's not a lot of boss fights. But the boss fights are great in this game. Like the little boss fights that they do have, they are great. The music that is playing during the fights, it just meshes so well. The game is fun. There's a lot of different ways to go about doing it. If you have not played Hades, buy this game wherever you are, on Switch, PS4, PS5, PC, whatever. I guarantee you, this game is fun as freak. One of the best games I've played recently. I would love a sequel to this game. I don't know if they're gonna do one, but boy, if they did, I'll be there day one. Some DLC even for this. Yeah, I'm gonna cap that when cheap. So Hades, phenomenal game. Better late than never that I played this game. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until the next video, my brothers and sisters, I'm tired of talking. I'll catch y'all boys in my next one. All right, we out.